Okay. Alright guys. You already know. It's your boy Squeaky Geeky here. And I just need to talk about this right now because, I was just chilling, doing my thing, working on my art projects and shit. And this package came in today and I was just not.
NANI?!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
This video is probably gonna be so unprofessional, but I can't. I need to talk about this figure. I need to right now. Whew. Okay. My ass is trying to calm down right now. This is a special figure for me. Like, this is one of my favorite series. Hokuto no Ken. It is my favorite anime of all time.
Yes, sir.
And I have been waiting for years to get like a really good representation of Kenshiro. There have been other Kenshiros, and the Revolve Tech one was one I was always thinking of getting, but I just always kind of passed on. And it just, I don't know, it's just something about the sculpt and not that I have anything against Revolve Tech, I have a couple myself. Just something about it just never just never appealed to me. But then I saw Medicom, they announced this is the same people who make the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure toy line, and then they announced they were gonna be making Hokuto no Ken figures, and my god. Oh my god, I can't contain myself. I gotta take this dude out the box. One, just right now. Here he is, out of the packaging, and man, right off the bat, just starting off with this figure, the sculpt itself, I'm blown away. Well, taking a closer look at the sculpt on this figure, man, that head sculpt, they just absolutely nailed it. Like, this looks exactly how Tetsuo Hara would draw Kenshiro. I feel like they nailed it. Facial features, and I love how they did like the scars on his chest, the paintwork, how they really like outline like the wounds that he has. It's just so damn good. Like, looking at his jacket, how they sculpted in those wrinkles and the zippers and his buckles, it looks so good. Like, nothing here looks cheapened out. I also like the material that they chose to go with here for the jacket. It looks like very shiny and glossy. It just really gives it effect of that leather jacket look, and it's just, man, it's just a testament to how they did all this. I love the shoulder piece as well, how they sculpted in all those little like cracks on his armor. It's just, everything just looks really well defined and etched in, and it's just so good, the paintwork that he has, man. Like, I can't I can't get enough of how well they executed this figure from the back as well. You see all the wrinkles that they put in the armor. I like the metallic look for the armor pieces. Just, man, they just hit it out the park. Looking at his boots, how they put those little designs in his boots, man, just the amount of detail that went into this is just, oh god, they really nailed it. They nailed it. Like, first impressions, just looking at this figure, I'm like, man, this is Kenshiro. Like, I'm just beyond happy with the sculpt, man. Like, and they just it's a 10 out of 10 for me with the sculpt. Jumping right into what he comes with in terms of accessories, he does come with one alternate head of him, him doing his classic Bruce Lee screams. And here's a good look at all of his alternate hands that he comes with. I really love here with the hands. He did a really good job sculpting all of them. I love that he comes with the pointing fingers, so you can now have him saying his classic catchphrase. And here are also just some effects he comes with. I love these effects, man. Like, this is made for him, so if you want him to have him do his classic 100 fist crack. I really love the material that this decided to go with for these effects. How they have like this very translucent like plastic here going to give that effect of like motion. And the same with this. He also comes with this one. This you put on. It's like a swoosh type of effect when he punches. And I just really love it. I really love how they have like you have that color of the purple, and then a kind of like phasing into this like transparent like bluish material. It just looks so well done. It looks really good. I always like them when they do this type of effect, and it's not like just like this one plain like plastic, like one solid color. And so here you could tell they definitely didn't cheapen out on the material. It just looks really good. To switch it out, it's pretty simple. To switch into the effect hands of him doing the 100 fist crack. There are little peg holes. I don't know if my camera will focus on it, but there are peg holes that you could plug into. So all you have to do is remove the fist, and then bam, you could just plug it into the peg hole right there, as you can see. And now you can have him doing the classic 100 fist crack. You just want to have him doing. So another detail worth noting on his sculpt is that the figure itself is very sturdy. You know, no loose joints. As you can see, I'm shaking him, and his legs aren't like wobbling or tilting or anything. So I'm really glad to see that that this sculpt is very like firm. So, and I've been playing around with this guy and posing him for a while now. So I really like how the joints feel very tight. So that's another compliment I gotta give to the sculpt, where it doesn't like loosen up so quickly. In terms of articulation, let's take this flight stand off. His head can look about this far up, which isn't too much, but thankfully he has this neck joint here. So as you can see, it kind of allows him to have a little bit more freedom of movement in his head. Oh, his head pops up pretty easily. He can look pretty far down, which is really good. He has a really good ab joint. He gets this far amount of range of movement. He look this far back. So I think his waist kind of makes up for kind of like the slightly limited head movement. So he can look up at Raul like, "What's up, bro?" So in terms of the range of his arms could go this far out, this far up, this far down. And thankfully he's not limited too much by this shoulder pad here. As you can see, this is really dope. Like they have it kind of like on a ball joint, so it doesn't get in the way of his arm articulation. He doesn't have any bicep swivel, but thankfully the ball joint in his arm lets him, some pretty good rotation. So okay, in terms of his leg movements, they go about this far out, as you can see, pretty good. His knees allow him to go this far back. His waist short allows him to go this far back, and a pretty good ab crunch lets him see pretty far down. Beyond happy, like the year's barely started and we've already been getting so many great figures, and this right here for me personally, it already shot up to my number one my number one figure of the year so far, and it's barely started. I also got the Mayfix Spider-Man from Spider-Verse, and that was on my top 10. And then I also got Anakin. That didn't come out this year, but that's also my top 10. But this guy right here, oh man, he's definitely gonna be my number one for the year so far. I'm beyond happy of just how much they really nailed this character. I've been waiting for years to get a really proper representation of Kenshiro, and I'm glad to find that we're finally getting it here in figure format. I can't stop gushing about it. I'm beyond happy. And medicos, Jotaros. Also, another detail worth noting is that he does come with his own flight stand as well. So this did come with him in the packaging. And so you get an idea of scale of how tall he is. He is right next to the Mayfix Spider-Man from Spider-Verse. And these two were produced by the same company. So I would say in terms of scale, this is pretty accurate. Kenshiro is a very tall character. And also you have Jotaro homaging Kenshiro doing the classic point. And of course, little Grogu. So hopefully that gives you an idea of how tall he is. So overall, man, my thoughts on this figure, man, if I had to give this guy a rating, for me personally, it would definitely be a 10 out of 10. I've said it countless times in this video, so I absolutely adore and love this figure. Like, I was indecisive of getting this figure at first, not because I thought it looked bad, but Storm Collectibles was also making a Kenshiro figure, and I'm a huge fan of Storm Collectibles work, and I was just unsure of whether to pick that one up or this one up, but I don't know what's going on with the Storm Collectibles Kenshiro figure. They announced it, I think, back in like what, like 2017, 2018. I'm not sure exactly, but they announced it back then, and they haven't, you know, said anything ever since. And I've tried to look into it, and I just don't know why. So for me, man, as buying this Kenshiro, I am not disappointed at all. Like, to be honest, I don't really have any gripes with this figure. I think this figure completely nails the character and what, you know, what he should be. So hopefully, if Storm Collectibles does release it, I'll pick it up and get that as well. But until now, man, yo, if you're looking for a Kenshiro figure, this has got to be the one. I really hope that this line for Hokuto no Ken gets supported. They just announced Jaggy. They showed off a prototype for him as well and some promotional images, man. And mwah, man, he just looks. He looks so damn good. I already pre-ordered Kenshiro's brother Rawa. So yeah, man, I really hope this toy line gets supported, man. I love this series so much, and I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to the future, and you know, and I'll definitely do reviews for those two as well if anybody's interested. So just to wrap up this video, man, big thank you to everybody who recommended me to try doing this. You know, my friends who encouraged me to try doing a figure review. I have done a figure review before in the past, but you know, I didn't really take it too seriously. But you know, this is my first real attempt at a figure review. My quality isn't as great, but hey, man, sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. So I'm really thankful for all the positivity and the encouragement. And yeah, man, just let me know what you guys think. If you guys want to see another video, if you guys care about this line, you guys a Hokuto no Ken fan yourself, let me know, man. Thank you for watching this video and have a good one.